Hello guys, today we are going to learn how to perform thermal gravimetric analysis of copper sulfate pentahydrate. This presentation is made by Jaspreet Singh Lati. Copper sulfate, when exposed to air, will slowly become hydrated. Under the influence of heat, copper sulfate pentahydrate will lose its water molecules of hydration. Now let's see how we can do the analysis. First, make sure we're using the proper gas, N2, by looking on the gas tank. We control the pressure of the gas by using the brass valve, the regulator. And with the gray valve, we use it as the inlet valve. The box controls the flow if we have two kinds of gas flow. We can use these knobs to change the channels. Now the small window on the left of the TGA shows the gas flow. To the left of the TGA, there's an air cooler that should be set to automatic. At the front is the TGA control planner. We press the down arrow so that the furnace opens up. We can see it slowly comes down to reveal the pan holder. On the right is the safety plate, which is used to cover the furnace while we load the pan. Here's a closer look at the pan holder. Now, behind the TGA, we can see the reference pan, which is right there. Now rest your non-dominant hand on the instrument so that when you load the sample, there's more stability. Carefully pick up the sample pan with tweezers in your dominant hand. Now place the sample pan onto the safety plate. Rest your dominant hand on your non-dominant hand so it's more stable. Use the tweezers to pick up the sample pan from the safety plate and very carefully place it on the pan holder. Be extremely careful at this step because the hook that holds the pan holder is very fragile and very expensive. Now push the safety plate to the right so the furnace can be raised again. Raise the furnace by pressing the up arrow. Now we must tare the pan by adjusting the knob on the panel. This step takes a long time, so please have patience. Adjust the knob so the light shows with two lights directly on the center for about 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's balanced. Now that the empty sample pan is on the panel and it's balanced, we press the auto 0 button. Now, we will take the mass of our sample to put into the pan. First, put weighing paper onto the scale and tare it. Then, we pour some of the sample onto another weighing paper. We use a spatula to put some of the sample onto the scale to take its mass. When we obtain the correct mass, pour the sample into the sample pan. Go to the computer. At the top left corner of the screen, there's TA60 Data Analysis software and the TA60 WS Data Collection software. Double-click the Data Collection software to open it. A large gray window should open up. Look for the smaller window that is titled Detector. The first button is for DSC. The second is for the TGA. We click the TGA button to select the TGA detector. The large window should now show a graph with a light blue background. We move the smaller window to the side so that we can use the larger window. Go to the top left corner of the window and click the tab called Measure. Click the measuring parameters. A small window titled Setting Parameters should now pop up. First, we should see the tab Temperature Program, where we control changes in temperature. We will also be using the File Information tab. So we can change the rate at which heat is applied, which is the first column. We can change the hold temperature, which is the second column. And in the third column, we can change how long we want to hold that temperature for. At the bottom right, we can also see the time scale in the units and the temperature. We click the tab File Information to input the name of a run in the sample name box. In the next box is the sample weight box. Next to it is the Read Weight button. We want to click this button several times so we know we have a stable reading. A stable reading means we have an accurate mass. Below this, we can select which pan we're using from a menu. Now we go to the next box and click the menu to select which gas we're using, which is nitrogen. Next, we input the rate of flow, which is 20. We exit out of the parameter window, and now we go to the top left corner of the larger window and click the Start button with the flag. Another smaller window should pop up. If we want, we can click the Read Weight button a few more times just to be sure. Now, we go to the Browse button to select the folder we want to save the data into. We go down to the T drive, DAW space, then click Data, folder 461, your section number, and then your group number. Then we click OK. When we click Start, the window background should turn red. Now it's in data collection mode. The lines are slowly progressing to the right. We go back to the top left of the desktop and click on the data analysis software. The red line shows the mass, and the green line shows the temperature. But now we want to remove the green line. We do this by going to the top left and clicking the View tab and then Display Parameters. We go to the small window and we deselect the box for temperature. Then we click OK. The green line is gone. Now we want to change the x-axis units from time to temperature in Celsius. Then we go back to the View tab and then click Display Parameters, go back to the window, and at the top we can change the units. We click Temperature and C. And then we click OK. Now the x-axis units were changed. Now we want to perform analysis on the red line for mass losses. We click on the red line to select it. We should see this arrow. Now we go to the top. We should see a button called Weight Loss button. The two boxes should pop up after you click it, which indicate the start and end temperatures which bound the area we want to analyze. We click on the graph to provide the start and end temperature bounds. We want these lines to bound our mass loss slope. We click Analyze and numbers will pop up in a box. These indicate the start temperature, the end temperature for our boundaries, and the weight loss and its percentage loss. If we want to, we can select the box and move it so things are easier to see. Now, we repeat the analysis for all the other slopes in the graph. Now, we can save the data by going to the top left and clicking the File tab. We click Save As, then select the menu to go to the thaw space drive, T drive. You select 4461, your section number, and then your group number, and then we click Save. This is what a TGA plot with full analysis looks like. Finally, I would like to thank Dr. Shug, Dr. Roy, Dr. Brian Edwards, and Rahul for their consistent support. And I would like to give my special thanks to Tommy Nguyen for helping me in recording this video.